Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Matt Tiba with Stacked, and today I'm joined by FlyQuest support Diamond coming off a heartbreaking loss to Immortals. How are you doing, man, given the circumstances?
So it felt too good. I mean, I think we're out of playoffs with that one, and I sort of ruined the game, so blows. I could have done much better. It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the game. I think Immortals really came in really hard. How did it feel to play the game from your perspective?
Well, we lane invade bot, and we tried to exit the lane invade, and I ran the wrong path, and then I didn't expect them to come back into the bot side, and I lost my flash, and I was half HP low one, so my lane is mega ruined. And usually this lane should be really good for us. Like we just poke them and we play slow, and they don't really have angles to fight. It's only level 1 and 2. But in this game, since I was real HP and flash level 1, then it's really hard to play. Obviously, I should have played more passive, but after that, when I died once, the game is really bad because we're playing 2 outside, and we're supposed to push, and we don't push anymore. So it makes the game really difficult. So it was. I mean, they played well. They punished us, but feels pretty bad to lose in that way.
hmm I think as far as it goes, you guys could be considered like the not the progenitors per se, but you guys have played the most Senna Tahm Kench, I think, in the LCS by a large margin, with the exception of maybe Cloud9, who's come a bit close. How comfortable are you guys in that Senna Tahm Kench lane?
Um, like okay. I wouldn't say it's or comfort or anything. As we saw, was good in this game, especially with Olaf, so we picked it. But I personally, I mean, I don't like playing Tahm Kench, first of all, but I don't think anyone likes playing Tahm Kench. You'll be like a frog, but it is what it is. You do what you gotta do to win, you know. And we think that Senna Tahm is pretty good. It's kind of like the Seraphine. We're kind of one of the first team to pick it up, so we do think it's good in the right scenarios. It should be quite difficult for Tristan to farm and stuff, you know.
I remember.
So
Oops,
yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I remember back to our first interview, you said you were talking with Johnson about how you guys got to flip the coin and see who played Seraphine that day, back when Moonstone Renewer was giga busted. Do you guys see yourselves as the first people to play these kind of weird little off meta stuff, quote unquote, even though I'm not sure I'd call either of those off meta at the time? Like the non-traditional lane, I guess.
Kind of. I mean, we just thought that Seraphine was good, and she ended up being really good. So we had a good read on the meta at the time, so that was nice. But yeah, it depends on what's happening with the meta. Obviously, it's evolving right now, so a lot of bot lane picks are up in the air, like the Caitlyn and all that stuff that people play today. It's I think in the upcoming week you'll see bot lanes be change the priorities quite hard, and be surprised in the draft often, even because I think TSM, I mean C9 versus TSM had a similar draft where saw Caitlyn Morgana, and not on 3 the previous last year's meta, near the second split. So I think some of the metas are coming back with the buffs and the changes, so it's good.
As far as we've seen, like you're talking about over the whole split, how do you feel about FlyQuest's performance through the whole split? Particularly as this is an LCS experience for you. How's it felt like to you as well?
I mean, I think we're doing a lot worse than we expected and people expected, which sucks. But I mean, it mostly comes from we're a new team with trying to find a new find our vibe. You know, it's difficult. I think at first we actually when we first started playing, we were really bad. Or fundamentals and everything was really bad, and then I think we got quite a lot better now at doing the things that we should be expected to do from players that played in LCS for a while. So our basics are there, but with a lot of our games that we lost at the beginning were just us tripping on ourselves more than being straight up destroyed. So I think we're moving in the right direction. Maybe in the coming next split it will do better. We'll do a lot better. But yeah, I think a lot of our losses were very just us messing up and doing the small things that should be instinct not well enough yet. So I think we now compared to before, we're a much different team. Even I think we're probably the better of the worst teams right now, and I think we're one of the teams on the bottom that can challenge the other teams, but we haven't been able to show that too well. So
yeah, you guys have definitely shown flashes of being a hyper competitive team, especially with like you guys holding it down in the bot lane, and then Jose Deodo just kind of running around, and Palafox's assassin. Like all of you guys coming together are showing flashes of like the team that you guys could be. So what do you think you guys really need to work on to get to that level of performance that you say you guys have?
Just gonna make it more simple in a way. I think we're looking too hard into things. It's difficult to be able to react better. So I think once it's like pure instinct and we can play the game like just be comfortable being the game, I think that's when the games become really easy. So for us right now, it's kind of like we have to say like a lot of the things that maybe like teammates that our teammates are well don't have to say, you know. So, for example, like we would be like, oh, we have to go through mid less timing, but in reality, like we should say the objective, and then the rest comes like naturally, right? So right now we're trying to like set up the foundations of everything, so everyone is on the same page. So I think in the future it will be a lot better, but for now we're still like we have some gaps that we still need to fill in. But it's getting easier and easier every day, so I'm happy with overall like the team vibe and like where it's moving. Maybe it's a bit slower than it should have been, but I think in the past like couple of weeks it's been like getting better and better for sure.
Yeah, it's all one step at a time, brother. Once again, this is FlyQuest support Diamond, and I'm Matt Tebow with Stacked. You can find us online at stacked.gg, and you can follow us on our socials at StackedLOL. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. Diamond, it's always a pleasure, man, and I'm really rooting for you guys coming through in the summer.
Thank you.